We'll call to order January 30th, 2020 recreation meeting. We have our invocation and pledge led by Coach Thomas.
Let's bow our heads. Most Heavenly Father, as we come at this hour, Lord, I want to truly say, Lord, we thank you for the many blessings that you bestowed upon each of us. Lord God, as we come, we ask that you guide us through this meeting. I ask, Lord, that you bless each and every person under the sound of my voice. As we leave this place tonight, we ask that you allow each of us to get home safe and sound. We ask this in no other name but the name of Jesus. And we all say amen.
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 Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to remind the public that they would like to speak on any item to go ahead and fill out a comment card, which are at the podium, and we'll go ahead and recognize you. With that, we'll go to agenda item number 4, the baseball update by Mr. Romano.
Baseball update. Baseball registration for Eastside Baseball is complete. Practices have begun with their preseason tournament slated for February 8th and 9th, and regular season starts on February 17th. We have over 500 kids sign up to play. Over on the west side, baseball registration will begin soon. Our basketball program just completed, and registration information is being compiled now for West Side Baseball. That concludes the baseball update.
I have a question by
Yes,
Councilman Thomas.
the baseball, what's the status of
I mean, like I said, registration information is going to come out probably Monday. We're still working to get, the program itself took a hit a couple years ago, so we're still really hard trying to build it back up on the west side and get it more stable. So we're still weighing a couple options, but we're almost there. For everything we have, like I said, by Monday or Tuesday, registration will be open. We've had it where Ascension Baseball Committee, the East Side, has been running it for the last couple of years. We're still trying to figure out if that's the best option or not. Like I said, we're still trying to line everything up to see how, either a partnership or if maybe we just take it over again and get it back to where it needs to be at.
Are there any situations that the group sat down and talked about, or is trying to get things rolling?
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, we've been in talks during basketball for a couple of months.
Baseball is, on the West Bank, it hadn't been as good as it should be.
Oh, yeah, and I agree.
We need to try and figure out something.
Exactly.
That, we
Yeah,
can
I believe.
get these kids back to the park and get the lights on back.
Exactly. We'll have we'll have something, probably close to finalized by tomorrow, and I will probably send an email to you guys, so everyone can just review, see where we stand on it. Since we only really meet once a month, and just get your guys' opinion on it too. Basically, see if you guys are agreeing the way we want to roll with it. But yeah, that's why we did it. We want to. We're trying to figure out, where to put a registration fee, what days, if it's weekends or weekends, whatever it's going to take, so we can increase, participation, and really get it built back up again.
Thank you. That's it.
One other question, we'll go to agenda item number 5, the basketball update.
All right, basketball update. Ascension Youth Basketball Association, which is our East Side program, the AYBA registration is complete, and the season has tipped off. Games are played on Saturdays throughout, it's at a lot of Lamar Dixon Gym, as well as multiple of our middle schools throughout the parish. The game started on January 11th, and they run for 9 weeks. The last game scheduled will be for March 7th. In the league, we have over 800 children on 81 teams there. Over on the west side, the West Side Biddy Basketball League, the West Side Biddy Basketball completed its season on January 12th. The season was a huge success and concluded with their awards banquet that was held at the Lemon Center last night. The league ran from November through January and had 150 kids playing on 18 teams. We had 15 head coaches and 6 assistant coaches that we would like to thank for helping our league be successful. With that, that concludes the basketball update.
Any questions? With that, we'll go to agenda item number 6, the softball update.
Softball update, Ascension Youth Softball Association. AYSA registration for the 2020 spring-summer season has begun. The season runs from early March through early June, and games are played at Butch Gore Park. You can find online registration that runs through February 14th, and you can find that at clubs.bluesombrero.com /Ascension AYSA. In-person registration will be held at Butch Gore Park on February 8th, 10 a.m. till noon, and February 16th, 2 to 4 p.m. And that concludes the softball update.
And what's the cost of the softball registration?
Softball registration it's $60 for our 3-year-old program through our 8-year-old program, and it's $75 for beyond 8 and into the 18U.
And what does the registration fee cover?
Registration fee covers everything. It covers uniforms, everything that they need as far as operating expenses goes. Obviously then there's a fee in there that comes to the parish. All-stars, just anything it takes to run the league as far as that goes. They're bipartisan with us, so they get their insurances through us. And that's pretty much it. I mean, the biggest cost that they entail as far as running the league, scheduling, stuff like that is the uniform cost. They give full uniforms. It's head to toe with the uniform. They're even this year have moved into giving socks as well. So
Softball, is it required on the West Bank?
I mean, it's not a requirement. When we do the baseball, softball is kind of combined up there. We haven't had a true softball league in 2 years, but the girls, it's co-ed with the baseball, so the girls can play there. But each year we start off with trying to go full on just softball itself, and then if we have enough sign up, then we'll go ahead and roll into the actual softball type of the league. If not, then the girls will give the option to either play on the east side, which is kind of tough, but they still have that option, or they can play co-ed on the side with the boys with the baseball.
So the softball, are we offering the softball?
Oh, we do offer it, yes, sir.
Now, it comes back to the question again, is what are we doing to try and promote the softball and the baseball?
Right. I mean, we advertise it, anywhere we can. It's on our recreation sign. All of our basketball registration have, which basketball's co-ed. There's boys and girls in that. We're sending everyone. Last night at the awards banquet, there was a registration flyer for baseball, softball, just to give them basic information, about it and contact numbers, and all that was passed out last night. We have our 2 administrators on that side, and when they came in, we talked to them and we said, hey, look, we need to beat the streets. Whatever it takes to do, whatever we need to do to get the participation back up in, like I said, in all of it, But yes, for the last probably even 3 years, I don't think they've had a girls program. And 3 years ago, when the baseball was thriving a little better, there was only one girls team. So, but even with that, we don't want to turn any kids away. Anything like that. So if we get 12 girls in one age group that sign up, we'll talk. We'll have East Side games with them. We will talk to Assumption, White Castle, Pierreport, all the surrounding areas to see what we can do about inter parish and inter league games. So
in your opinion, what would you think the most situation? What would be the most problem for not participating?
The things that I have heard are
Softball.
I mean, it's trouble. The fairgrounds is located in the middle, pretty much in the city of Donaldsonville. But Donaldsonville expands and it's a little bit further out, so there's transportation issues, which is why we get it. Parents work, stuff like that. So that's why we're looking into. Hey, does it need to be a weekend only league? If that's going to increase our number, we'll do that. We'll figure out a way to run it on Saturdays and Sundays instead of Monday through Thursday or Monday through Friday. As I said, we're on the west side. We are wide open to whatever it's going to take. To get them back in, and obviously keep them once we get them there, and and offering the product that we can offer them. So, the numbers are small there, and anywhere you go, travel baseball / softball, it takes a big hit into rec. So then on that side with Ascension Catholic and Donaldsonville over there are quite a few travel organizations. So that's where most of them are going, and that side with the numbers really couldn't afford to lose. I mean. Our baseball on this side, it took a big hit too again this year as far as losing kids, but the numbers were so high, they're still able to stand on their own 2 feet so far. So,
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
With that, we'll go to agenda item number 7, the gym expansion. Dean.
An update on the new gym expansion is between Friday and Monday, those plans 100% will be going to the fire marshal for review. And once we get fire marshal approval, then we'll move forward to the bidding process. We'll also be doing one final cursory review of the drawings next week based off of the comments we did on the 95%. So Travis, I'll be getting in touch with you to go through those one final time. Anybody else would like to take a look at them, welcome also. That's pretty much where we're at on that.
And what's the review time for the fire marshal?
Average 2-3 weeks. I mean, it just depends on what their load is, but typically it's 2 to 3 weeks.
All right, with no question, we'll go to agenda item number 8. Thank you.
Travis,
All right, thank you.
real quick.
Hold on.
Recreation Director's report was, I guess, erroneously left off.
Oh.
I don't know if can we add that so we can go back to that, or,
I
you
think
know?
somebody has to make a motion. Okay.
Happy to go back.
Yeah, I'll move that we add the Recreation Director's report.
Got a
because,
motion by Councilman Lawler, second by Councilman Lawson to add the director's report.
That would have been Travis's duties to put that on there.
You go ahead.
We're good, all right. First, I'm going to say welcome. The Recreation Department would like to say welcome and congratulations to all our 2020 Recreation Committee members, both returning and newly appointed. We look forward to working with each and every one of you to continue to improve Ascension Parish Recreation. We'd also like to say thoughts and prayers. The Recreation Department wants to send out thoughts and prayers out to the families of our mechanic Joe Anderson, who passed away suddenly in December, and Ryan Paulette, who lost his mom, Judy Paulette Savoy, in January. Ryan works in the Recreation Department while Mrs. Judy worked as a parish courier for us. Recreation news and notes. Lighting renovation and upgrades at Jackie Robinson Park are underway. A partnership between Recreation and the Lighting District will replace poles deemed unsafe and outdated lighting to new metal poles and LED lighting. LED lighting runs at an average of a third of the cost of our current metal halide lights. The project should be completed by March. We are currently working on a feasible plan to bring LED lighting to all of our parks. Our monthly senior citizen sock hop will take place tomorrow, January 31st, in the Ascension Gym at Lamar-Dixon. The sock hop runs from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and we'll have live entertainment, food, and refreshments. The sock hop is for our residents 50 and over and takes place the last Friday of each month with the exceptions of November and December. As always, for any information, questions, or concerns for the Recreation Department, please feel free to contact us at 225-450-1200. We wanted to update PJ's Landing renovations. Renovations to PJ's Landing have begun. PJ's was damaged in the flood of 2016 and has been closed since. Phase 1 of demolition is complete. The metal structure is being turned into a riverside pavilion with picnic tables and a restroom. Phase 1 of the pier repair is also complete. We had some minor repairs, and the flood was obviously overtook PJ's and overtook that pier for quite a while. And so now the aftermath, a few layers, some of the piers started rotting, so we've gotten out there and made some repairs there, made a few minor electrical adjustments, and then like we said, demo was done to the metal building. It used to be offices and a rental space, but we deemed it as a good spot to keep the structure and turn it into a pavilion. And with that, that concludes the Recreation Director's report.
Hey, it's kind of off topic, but while we was talking about the West Bank Recreation, I was curious, what kind of relationship do we have with the Ascension Flight Soccer Club? Is that something that we work hand in hand with them on a few different items? And the reason I ask is because I have some friends with the young kids on the West Bank, and they've asked about the potential to maybe have trying to correspond with Ascension Flight to maybe potentially do like a few camps.
I answer for for BJ. I know we spoke with
Jared. Or Bobby.
and
Yeah, I got
It was Bobby that came in, and it was maybe, I guess, in the December or the November meeting. They're supposed to be working to try to get that set up because it's something that's supposed to have been done for a while. So we do need to work with them to try to get that
Right.
set up.
So the wheels are in motion on
That's-
this already.
So
Supposedly.
I'll add to that.
Okay.
So, the guys that run the club, they actually reached out to me since I've started, and they asked me to talk to either BJ or Coach. They maybe want to set one up for spring break. So I don't have the date set yet, but we probably want to work with you guys to figure out.
Right,
They
yeah.
want to work with you to find a location.
Yeah, this was talked about when they first started, and was kind of in there, and it just kind of, it's been, I guess, been silent a little bit. They were, a former councilman questioned them quite often about it, when they could do it, but I get they were, running at things. But and we have a great working relationship with the Ascension Flight.
Okay.
We talk daily with them, and the contract we have, we execute it, the way it's written, and we really had zero problems. We had maybe a few hiccups at the very, very beginning, but since then, we're all on the same page. They email me every Monday, and we do a flight update, and they talk to us, and like I said, the relationship's really good.
Great, okay. Thank you.
Councilman Law.
Yeah, two things. The status of the lighting at the fields. I know that we had been working on a DNR, Department of Natural Resources, loan at some point, and we started this back in September. Where are we now with that? I want to make sure we're not losing any momentum on that.
We're still moving forward. Obviously, with new administration coming in, they've got a few ideas as well. Now we had went ahead. We checked into a lot. We actually went over like multiple options for it. We finally had came up with a deal where actually we could borrow the money from our own fund to get us started, because you have our main populated parks. We really want to jump on them as soon as we can, because I do have lighting issues that are just every day popping up. And so we did that, and we moved some money around for 2020. But we still, in talks with Ricky, we're going to, get on the same page with them as well. With them just coming in now to make sure that's the same avenue they still want to go. We want to make sure that, we just follow procedures how, everyone wants to go. And we are still looking into the DNR deal. They've had talks with them as well, so.
Okay, I don't want to lose any momentum on it. I know we're moving forward on it. I'm not sure where we are.
I 100% agree with you on that, so,
Okay.
yeah.
I know you do.
Yeah,
Skate park.
every day I have a lighting issue, every
Yeah.
day.
And it's dangerous. I mean, we had a pole fall down a couple years ago,
Right,
a
right.
couple months ago.
Right.
We don't want anybody to die out there. The skate park, do we have an update on that?
That's another, when in changing administration, we have relocated, the items. Mr. Dean is, he has the plan in place and his project. He's also waiting to gather information from everyone else to make sure that, we're on the same page with that. Kind of same things, if we were going to go forward with, we're going to relocate it at Oak Grove. As I said, not that there's an issue, but, we've already built the privacy fence. We've got an 8-foot privacy fence now that's going to separate basically the younger kids' park and the splash park from the skate park itself, So all that's already taken place. It's there. It's already up. And we're just waiting for, the next steps. And that's as far as putting it back together, that's his, Mr. Dean's genius right there idea. It's just going to save us a lot of money. And he's on it, and he's talked to a lot of people about it. So it's sitting there. So once everyone gets on the same page, it should take off fairly quickly. So
Do you know when we can expect to be on the same page with that?
I would imagine by the time our next recreation meeting happens, that we should all have time now, because, I said, new administrations come in, they're getting to know all their little deals, and so now we're finally getting to sit down and have longer talks, and get everyone on the same page with the current projects, like you said, that we've already got momentum on, that we don't want to have to slow down on, so.
Yeah, because I think the lights in the skate parks, I know especially the lights are huge.
Yeah.
That's just massive. We see that
Yeah,
all
man,
over.
yeah, the lights are, that's my number one priority,
Okay. I also see Ricky Compton lurking back there. Hey, Ricky, what's his position? What's he doing? I'm just curious.
oh.
Yeah, I'll let Ricky come up and explain some of his duties associated with recreation, but he has a lot of duties that are associated with a lot of different departments. But if he would like to discuss a little bit of his ideas about recreation briefly, happy to do so.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I just hadn't seen you in a while.
I used the word briefly. That's insulting. So, thank you for asking me to speak. After a brief sabbatical where I spent some time at Breck, when the opportunity arose to come back and work in the parish where I live and the parish where I'm raising my family, one of the things that I talked to the parish president about was my love for recreation. And part of my duty is to just ensure that the parish president's mission, vision, and values are being followed through in all the departments that I'm overseeing, but then taking what I've learned from 4 years at Breck, my background as a landscape architect and an urban designer, and using all of those things to, I think, just improve the services that we provide for our citizens, make sure we're doing it in an efficient and cost-effective manner. We're going to start talking about my goals and what things that I'm going to hope to accomplish, and that will be conveyed to this committee as, I'm not going to tell you before I tell him, but turf, trash, and toilets, that's the thing that we deal with a lot with rec, but we need to get beyond that. We need to start talking about programming. We need to start talking about where we fall in a national standard. Where are we deficient? Is it acreage? Is it facilities? Is it the dollars that we're spending? I'm going to tell you right now, it's all of the above. And how do we attack those issues in a time-effective, cost-effective, fiscally responsible way, knowing that we've got bigger sewer, road, all these other issues, but recreation is a quality of life issue, and I think it's important.
Very good. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Excited to have you.
Well, I do have a question while you're up there.
Oh,
I was
here we
going
go.
to ask BJ, but since you got up, I'm going to ask you the question. Well, I'm going to assume, we have adult, the soccer league has an adult league, correct?
Yes.
And we have an adult softball, correct? Is there any way we can start looking into maybe an adult basketball league? Something, I guess, not the same time the AYBA is going on, but I guess after that season ends.
Right.
Or even during the
Half
summer.
court. Can't run up and down the full court.
But, just try to see if that's something that, I know we tried flag football a couple of years back. I think it went well for a season or two.
It went well. It went well for a while. It was just I guess the time consumption on it. And then they had involved in the league actually broke off on their own, so they just kind of just took it there. So the participation then kind of dwindled a little bit. But it wasn't a parish, but when it was the YMCA at Lamar Dixon, they had leagues year round.
Yeah,
so.
'cause I know I played way back then. That was years ago.
Way.
Yeah, never again, but no. But and I know the Breck has a strong adult basketball league, and it looks like they have games. I want to say 2 or 3 times a week with different divisions. So
Right.
the interest is there. So I think that's something we could at least look into. 'Cause I think we should be able to get teams in Ascension and probably get teams from the St. James area. That's closer than going to Baton Rouge to play in a league.
Yes, sir.
Chairman Castle.
So, Ricky, I'm so excited to have you back. Thank you very much for coming home to your home parish. I think that's going to mean a lot to all of us on this committee and on this council, and particularly to our children. And for some of us, it's our grandchildren. So thank you for doing that. We appreciate it very much. I was going to say if you hadn't, all of the above are deficient. And then some things are not even existing at all, other than a sock hop, which I'm not quite ready for, or but I don't know where I can go for a yoga class or other than a private facility. So I hope that we'll move into some things for our not quite senior citizens or those of us who are resisting calling ourselves such. And, so that would be fun, too. So I look forward to talking with you about that. And thank you again for, investing your time and talent in this parish.
President Quitmo.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, since Ricky's come on board, I know we had a lot of discussions prior to, but he's essentially been a superstar. This is a guy you don't have to micromanage. This is a guy that takes the lead on a lot of these things. Very innovative ideas, not only in what's possible, but also saving money as well. So I've been really impressed. So I just want to thank him for coming on board because he's been an integral part in what we've accomplished in such a short time. Thank you.
Councilman Thomas.
Ricky, how long have you been in recreation?
Well, officially, I started at Breck in the week after the flood in 2016. And I was directly responsible for 184 parks, where I managed all the tradescrafts, the carpenters, painters, pressure washers, welders, electricians, plumbers, special event crews. So we managed about 3,500 work orders a year. And, I was doing re-roofing projects, re-flooring projects. We rebuilt 2 rec centers after the flood and 4 more are under construction right now. So, my background is in landscape architecture and urban design. I was the planning director for 8 years, and now I've had some time at Breck.
The other thing I would like to, I didn't hear, where we didn't mention anything about the handicap kids. We need something for them to do also. I would like to look at allowing them to do something. I mean, we can bring up, get something for them to do.
One of my
Well, this-
goals at
this-
Breck was to lead the charge to never build another playground that wasn't 100% ADA accessible. And while the voice may have fallen on deaf ears, it's a voice that I bring to this parish because it's important.
So we need to look at getting something for them to do. I mean, they exist too. I mean, most time you allow them to be inside all the time, but I think we can find something for them to do to get them to come outside.
Councilman Law?
Yeah, first of all, I'll reiterate that. I know when we're having some ADA issues with playgrounds, I talked to Ricky about that while you were with Breck, though. I know that's close to your heart already, close to my heart. Do you have any certifications regarding recreation?
I am a certified playground safety inspector. I'll need to renew that this year, but that training, we've already started the process to purchase a CPSI inspection kit, and I'm going to train our staff in doing proper playground safety inspections. And again, I'll tell you right now, all of our playgrounds are deficient, and I'll come to you with a quote, and I'll tell you this is what it's going to take to get them up to code. It's not going to happen overnight, but it is something that we're going to work towards.
And I think it's, Coach, I know you were here last year, year before, I've talked a lot about anytime we put new equipment in, it's got to be ADA accessible for children with wheelchairs, for children with other disabilities. They have special equipment for children with autism, sensory equipment. We need to have that at every park because our school system is so excellent when it comes to handling children with different disabilities that we have attracted a population that has a lot of children with disabilities. We have to give them opportunities.
Right.
So I think that's hugely important. I call it play together ascension. We shouldn't have a playground where a sibling goes to play and their sibling can't also play. So let's push that real hard.
Councilman Castle?
One further comment. It will not, the need for ADA accessible playgrounds will not fall on deaf ears here.
More questions? Thank you, Mr. Compton. We have no more questions. We'll go to agenda item number 8.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion adjourned by Councilman Thomas, second by
Second,
Councilman
with
Lamar. Any objection? No objection, meeting adjourned.